I wanted to hop on here for a second and just talk about something that's been bothering me for a while. I don't care about the 4th of July anymore. Because what is so free about this country? Sit there and think about it for a minute. How free are we? You're taxed out the butt for everything. People living in poverty and struggling to pay bills. I mean, shoot, I'm struggling to pay bills, And now they are taking away rights. They're taking away rights from people. And for a really long time, I was anti-abortion until I started hearing people's stories and listening and understanding where they're coming from. And that's just, they want to sit here and they want to talk about overpopulation. They want to talk about how we're running out of food and resources and the world's just becoming one big giant wasteland of plastic and garbage the size of freaking Australia floating around in the ocean. But yet they want to force babies to be born into situations that are awful, into families that are awful, to parents that are awful, parents who don't, people that don't want kids, but a woman's not allowed to get her tubes tied unless she's got the permission of her husband. And they're saying all of this, we've got all these problems and stuff, but they want these babies to be born no matter what. And they can say, oh, well, if someone doesn't want to be a parent, then they can just give their kids up for adoption, because there's plenty of people out there. I have to sit my phone down because my hand's shaking. They say, yeah, okay, if you don't want to have a kid, you have it, give it up for adoption. And then these babies go into foster care systems that don't care about them, will put them with literally anyone, ignore the child's cries for help whenever they say something's wrong. CPS is an absolute joke. And some of these kids that go into the foster system are never heard from again. They go missing because they're not missed. Some of them get sex trafficked, get sold. But the babies have to be born, right? They have to be. No matter the situation, okay? So, let's say good old Mitch McConnell's granddaughter got essayed by a random person and ended up pregnant. And what do you think he's going to say to that? What do you think he's going to, oh, sorry that Sorry, you've been violated. But this is God's plan. You should have this kid anyway. So, okay. What if that person who did that to her was a family member, a brother, uncle, grandpa, cousin, and you're told if you carry out this pregnancy, the baby's not going to have any kind of life. It's going to be deformed. It's going to have mental problems. It's going to be a vegetable. It's going to have no kind of value of life at all. But you still have to carry it. And you have to figure out how to take care of it. And if you don't, throw it in the foster care system. And then what do you think is going to happen? Who knows? There are good foster parents out there. There are, good people. But you really don't know. You're taking a giant leap of faith with these kids, giving them to random people. So, what do you think Mr. McConnell would do? He would probably find a way to get rid of it. Yeah. Especially if it was a family member. And everybody knows that our little Toronto dump has asked women to get abortions. He's paid for them. But yet, all these people behind him, including some of my own family members, who are just like, yeah, he's the one. He's the one that God sent. He's going to bring our country back. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, he's not a Christian. He has paid for abortions. He has essayed people. Children. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All they hear is his big, bigoted mouth. Same way with Mitch McConnell. And all them other ones. And what if someone's wife what if this conservative couple are on top of the world and they have a beautiful home and all kinds of money, and the woman gets pregnant and they're ecstatic. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm excited. But then something goes wrong in the pregnancy and she's told, if you continue this pregnancy, the baby will die, you will die, one of you will die, both of you. Then what? Then what? So do you really honestly think that conservative couple who are on top of the world and have everything, and she gets told this pregnancy is going to kill you and the baby, or either one, do you really think that it's in God's plan? You mean every time that people have sex and get pregnant, it's in God's plan? Every time. It's not. It's random. It's completely random. And I'm telling you right now, if it was my wife or girlfriend, if it was anyone in my family, I would rather them get an abortion than them die. So yeah, now after all this Roe versus Wade is turned over, they're going to go after gay marriage next. It's already been proven. They've already been talking about it. There's articles about it. So yeah, they're going to come for the marriages too. That isn't a man and woman marriage. But no, they're probably not going to stop there. They're probably going to go after interracial marriages too. And they're not going to stop there. I wouldn't be shocked if they wanted to bring segregation back. I feel this country is just sliding back in time. And that's what these old, dusty skeletons want. Inflation's just going to keep going up. Gas prices is just going to keep going up. People are going to be starving, doing without necessities. We already are doing without basic freaking health care. Because America's not free. Not no more. I don't even think it ever really was. And it makes me feel like the soldiers who fought that war for the freedom, I feel like they would be livid. They would be livid to know that they fought for practically nothing. They fought to be free from a country, England. They fought to gain freedom. Because what was England doing? Why did people flee to North America in the first place? Religious freedom. To get away from the Catholic Church and is it Anglo-Saxon? No. Yeah, I mean, they got away. They wanted to come here to get away from it. And then this country now is worse than that. And they also want to be, the Middle East, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you think they're extreme in their treatment of people, but you're not looking at what our own government is doing? What's the difference? Where's the difference here? There's not a difference. They're trying to turn us into this totalitarian dictatorship. Like, it's almost like they want it to be turned into like the Handmaid's Tale or something. So no, I'm not in the mood to celebrate July 4th. I'm not in the mood for American flags and fireworks and food and shooting guns in the air and yeehaw freedom. Because it's a lie. We've been lied to. America's not home of the free. I've just heard too much. I've seen too much. It's making me sick to my stomach. It's making me scared. And it's not like I would ever have to worry about having an abortion or getting pregnant. And I mean, if I got pregnant willingly, I would love that child. I would absolutely love it. I love my niece and nephews with all my heart. I love kids. I'm really good with kids. It's not me I'm worried about. It's women in general. And I'm worried about them babies. What kind of life are they going to have after they're born? And you want to know the truth? They don't care. all they want is slaves. They want these babies to be born so they can grow up, make $7.25 an hour, breaking their backs, 60 plus hours a week. Can't even afford to get to work because the gas is so expensive. Especially if you live in the country like I do. A full tank of gas would last maybe 2 days. I'm just mad and I don't know what the world's coming to. And I'm worried and scared. And this isn't stuff that I talk about very often. But I'm pretty upset. And I really do not care if there's going to be people in my comments disagreeing with me or whatever. I don't care. I do not care. Because obviously you don't care. You don't care about what's going on in this country, in this world in general.
Sapphire.